Hello and welcome to an episode of Robocraft with me, Table. Today we're building a Megabot, not this one. This is called the King. This is a build that's started as well. I don't know if this build's going on extra or if the King is going on extra, but there are two builds going on. But we're starting a new build because I want to, Megabots take time, right? So I feel like making multiple bots at a time is kind of the way I want to go. That's kind of what I want to do. So this bot's going to be a walker. And I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. I have an inkling of what I want to do. I just don't know how I'm going to go about doing it just yet. But I'm going to have multiple legs for sure. So let's go and get these bits on. It's important to get the movement section sorted out first because they take up the most space. Like if you don't do that, it can get a bit problematic later on. So let's just go like that. Let's see how big this... It's largely pretty much square, isn't it? I've done that wrong, haven't I? Yeah. Whoop. Let's have a look. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So let's just raise that up. What are the largest legs? They are Titan legs. Let's have a look. So I want to get them kind of not at the very edge, but also I think that's a good amount to have like some kind of fancy side bracket thing going on. Okay, that's cool. Now let's get the other two legs on. So I need to find out how far along I have to go before I can get another leg in. So let's go. Now that would give us an idea of where we can put the next one. Okay, so it won't, basically. Okay. That's interesting to know. So we go maximum out and then cut across. This is just guidelines, this is. It's not going to be a big flat square on top of legs. This is purely guidelines. So now what I need to figure out is how far along I can go before they allow me to put them in. So, okay. Ah, look, there we go. So there. Okay, that's interesting. So now we go in from the centre of those to see roughly how far in we want to go for the design. So let's do that, and then move our legs in. How do we feel about something like that? We've got a few blocks in front to play around with. I think that positioning, to be honest, these could probably move in a bit. Let's move these in, see if I can move these in a bit. If I did that, how does that look proportionally? I'm happier with that. That looks better. I do want to have a very stable platform, but at the same time, I don't need it to be the maximum size there needs to be, because I do want to have armor on the legs, some kind of like I don't know, some kind of section, some kind of robo skirting of some sort, robo armor for the legs. I don't know what you could call it. Greaves, I guess, armored greaves, robo greaves. We could have. So if I continued that line back, they'd be in exactly the same place. But maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to be more in with these back legs. You know? Maybe I want to be more in. Yeah, maybe I do want to be like that. Maybe I want to be like that. Ah, okay, so there's a problem there. Where do I have to go to get those in? There. That's right on the edge, isn't it? So you know what's got to happen then? I've got to move these ones back out. They've got to move back out to there. So I'm going to have to go wide with those if I want 6 legs. Let's go. They can come back a bit, can't they? Let's go back to there. No, let's go back to there. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, I don't mind the back legs being now more narrow. I mean, stability would be good, but I don't want it to look exactly the same on the back and on the front, you know? I don't want it to be just mirrored in 2 directions with the walk-in type. So that's good. I think we are... No, I want to press X there. I think we're good. So let's just delete these bits, because we don't need these frames anymore. So let's just get those off. And then we can get an idea of what we're working with. I've got to be very careful not to accidentally delete the leg. There we go. To there. Get rid of these. And also these as well, because it's not going to that's not the shape it's going to take. This bit's not going to be there. It's going to be further back, like that. You know? That's kind of how it's going to look. And it's not even going to connect here either. That's going to be separate, so I can get rid of that. That's going to be largely a straight line there. This line is not going to be here, but I haven't figured out exactly how that's going to look. Okay, where? Oh, my foot just hit the mouse wire and it just went berserk on me. Okay, that is sticking out too far forward, so let's push that back. Okay, cool. Now, this is too straight a line as well. So what I'm trying to do here is get a feel for how it's gonna come together. So that's main body section. That could go. I kind of feel like it's gonna go kind of in this direction. Yeah, I kind of feel like that's gonna be a thing. So let's just hook that up. Kind of gonna be like that. I also want to get the blocks on the legs as well. So every connection point I want to have a block on. So I don't want it to make necessarily it weak on the legs, you know? So let's just take the time to do this, and then I'll spam on some blocks and get a feel for the thing as a whole. So let's do that as well. Yeah, we're going good. We're going good. Nice. So I'm going to want to repeat this on all 6 legs. It will pay off doing that. It's worth it, because you won't be able to get it perfect with the spam. So it is well worth just doing this and taking the time just to get them hooked up. And then we can worry about other bits in a bit. Well, the more of the body, because we've got to get the height right. I want to get the height right. I find that, you know, you see things that are very top heavy or very just disproportionate. And I kind of want to get the height and everything right, because we've got 10,000 blocks to play around with. And I do intend to get this right proportionally. I want it to just look amazing when you see it. So I could have gone 2 legs, but I feel if you go 2 legs, then it's just going to be too much body, and it's just not gonna look right if you use the full 10,000. So I've gone for 6 legs. You could have done 4, yeah, sure, but I don't want it to look like an animal. I do want it to look very much like a walker, a mechanical walker of some sort. So let's just do that. Oh wait, no, I've got to do that as well, and just fill in those. Cool. Right, so that's filled in. We've got our mounting brackets. These legs, maybe they could kind of go like this, maybe. I could maybe go in this direction. How do I feel about that? Yeah, okay, we could do that. That could be how it connects. Let's see if we do it here as well and go along. That is a little bit rounder than I was hoping for, but then the angle on this could be sharper, so it could be like that, you know? That's not so bad actually, as far as shapes go. Yeah, alright, that can be like the basis. Yeah, I'm alright with that. That's okay. So we're on 1700. I do need to think a little bit about the proportions. Well, this can just be filled in, can't it? That can just doesn't have to be hollow. There we go, we can just do that. So I do need to think about height. So the centre, that's the centre, isn't it? Right there. So, how tall would it have to be to get this right? Let's just put on a solid block and see. Okay, so that's maximum head height, right? So if I did that and then put on albatross wings, would it go even higher? It would, wouldn't it? Like it goes out through the roof. So you could mount something on the top that's really long, and then you get some kind of crest. It's kind of interesting. What could I get away with putting up here? That's a bit much, isn't it? Although that kind of makes for a pretty cool head, doesn't it? So I was going to have them on the shoulders, but that could be the face. That could be the face. If I put it like there, how does that look proportioned? I can't check the proportions. It's too big. It's too big to see the proportions in the hanger. I've got to have a look. So if this was the head, if I wanted that as the head, Bear in mind the shoulders aren't on yet, so it's going to look a little skinny on the top. Maybe that could be the head. It does look amazing for eyes, doesn't it? You know what? We're going to have that. That's going to be the head. I'm happy with that height. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is shoulder width. Shoulder width is important. I was going to have a hover on top of each shoulder, but now what I can have on the shoulders instead is gun mounts. And I've also got an idea for the shields. You see the shields on this walker here? I was going to rotate them 90 and have them next to each other, and have them as like kind of like a shoulder section. I'll show you. I do want to have it. I want it to have broad shoulders. It's kind of a must. But at least we've got the height right. So if that's the head, right, and that's the face, if we go there, and if we say that's head, right there. So that's head size. We're going to have to go forward one. So that will be the face and the head right there. We can do some kind of coolness there. So that's face. That sticks out to there. Chest ideally would go out further than the head. Ideally. So if we leave a little bit for neck, let's leave that many blocks. It's going to be quite squat. Let's do that, right? And if that just juts out a little bit more, and it's also go back a bit, like so. Let's just kind of get the idea of that. This isn't the best way to building hollow structures, but for megabots it's kind of a must. With smaller builds, you should kind of take the time to just fill things in. So that's like spine there. And then it's got a kind of... Will it slope or will it curve in? I guess it's going to slope out. Yeah, I guess it's going to slope to here. And then it can curve in. Let's go there, see what happens with that. Okay. So we have to do something with that. So that's back. We've got head. The chest section doesn't quite work. This barrel chest idea. But if we just do it to get an idea of how big it's going to be, that I want that to curl in because I want it to almost look insect-like with the curve inwards. So let's just do that. This is just to get me an idea of the proportions. That's what I'm trying to do. Because I'm trying to build it to what it's in my mind. In my mind! So that's what I'm kind of trying for. I mean, obviously that looks really box-like, but it won't be like that when I'm done. Okay. So we got that. That's pretty cool. Head size. I mean, it's going to be at least the size of this, isn't it? It's at least going to be as wide as this engine. This hover engine. So it's going to be something like that, isn't it? That's the kind of size. So it's going to be a little bit smaller at the underside. So let's just say that. Let's say that is the head section. I know it's a big head, but I want to put the engine in it. So the engine's going to be as much a part of it. This is just again boxing it in to get the idea of the size. Fine. So the shoulders, it could have hunched shoulders. Like I could put the shoulders on here, and they could be further back, and the shoulders could be like here, maybe, if that's like the center of the shoulder. It's a lot of blocks. Even at 10,000, it's a lot of blocks. So guns would go on the end of those. Yeah, that's about right. Let's just have that as like the section. So yeah, I get that it looks like a skinny frame and it doesn't look very good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fill in where we want things to go. So I guess that's going to go like that. Kind of up and then out. Oh, no, I don't want that. So shoulders are going to kind of come down. Kind of come down and go in. More than they go down. Like so. Like that. And then this will go up steeper than it goes in to meet it. Like so. You see? So it's like that. Okay? Cool. We've got our shape. At least it's broad-shouldered, you know? So what we need to do now is we need to fill it in. So I'm just going to hold down block, and we're just going to flesh out these bits. Apology for the sound that it says, you know, when I don't hit another block, it gets a bit grumpy. But we just want to fill this in and try and, like, link up these gaps. Also, what's important to note that I don't want it to be just flat underneath, so I need to put some blocks in here as well. So let's just do that. So it's going to have like an abdomen section, like there. Nothing too major, just a few blocks in there. There we go. So let's just get that in. And we're just fleshing it out now. We're just building on top of the frame. I'm not caring too much where blocks are, but at the same time, I'm not totally just spamming it. Like, I do sort of semi-care where they go, but the idea is to get them on, get a few thousand on, and see where we are at that point. Come on, buddy. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Let's have a look. So it is still kind of flat. Let's just move some bits in like so. Connect that on like that. The idea is to hide the frame and make it look less boxy, more organic. There we go. So we're looking quite good under here now. Let's just fill this in a bit. Woo! This is always the fun bit. This is where it kind of comes alive. I know it's a bit boring to get the frame and the spacing right, but once you get it, then you can do this and it really starts to come to life, and I enjoy that about it. Oh, yeah, I know I'm putting a lot of blocks on. Don't crash. Okay, I think that's underside. That's enough for the underside. Let's start putting in blocks on top now. So some will inevitably fly through the gaps. That will happen. Whoa! Okay, don't crash. So some will inevitably spam through and hit the ground, but you'll go in and clean those out later on. There we go. Let's just continue putting in blocks. The fact that you can do this is amazing. The fact that you can actually build this way. And you have to with Megabots. I mean, unless you want to spend like 8 hours on a build, like meticulously placing each and every block, that would be a nightmare. So let's just get some blocks on here, on the shoulders. Come on, just start attaching. Once you get a couple on though, then it will really start to pick up. But building off a single block just takes a little bit of time. Come on, buddy. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, it's alright, it's alright. Come on. I'm not going to worry about spamming on blocks on the head too much because it's really not necessary. The head is quite small, and it's going to be majority the rotor. The friggin' hover is going to be the main detail of the head section, I feel. So let's just get some more blocks in here. Gotta get some more in here just to flesh that out. And you don't want to necessarily make it an entirely solid block because it still needs to look massive. Let's see how we go in there. Coming up on 5,000, 4,500 even. Let's just fill that in. Just got to try and tie it together. Come on, blocks. Come on, when you're ready. Now you got to watch out for bits like that because it sometimes does that and it doesn't quite come together. Whoop! Come on, come on! That sound when it doesn't attach. Oh, that duck, 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 duck. It's a terrible sound. Come on, get attached. Okay, cool. That's looking pretty good. There are a couple of bits that have got a bit higgledy-piggledy, but not too many. Let's get a little bit more on here. Just in there. Try and fix that on a bit. Nice. Yeah, that's kind of getting there, isn't it? It is kind of getting there. Need to flesh out this bit a bit. Do some kind of rib section. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe get a couple on this shoulder. Got to do the back. What are we on? 5,100? Yeah, okay. So we do need some more on the back here. It's getting there. I think we could come up with something cool. I know it looks like a real mess. I know it looks that way. But it's what it is. It's just getting blocks down. You just need to get the blocks down, and then you can go in and rework sections to your heart's content. And that's where it gets really cool. This is kind of like, I just want to get the proportions and then get the weight and get the general feel of how it's going to look. And I feel that this is a very good way to do that. What are we on now? Coming up on 6,000. I think we're coming up on the point where I need to stop and then be a little bit more kind of precise. There we go, just do that. When we get to 6,000, I'll stop. That's what I'll do. A lot of blocks, this one. What are we on? 5,009. Let's just try and build up this spine section. Maybe I'll do the spine first. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, that's a lot of blocks. More shoulder required. What are we on? 6,100. Okay, cool. We're sorted. Right. I think I want to work on this spine. I think that's what I want to work on. That's the bit for me. So it kind of curves in. So let's just kind of go... Let's see where we're at with that. So 4, 4, 3, 5. Cut that in. And we can go like that. And then that's the spine there. Like that. Make that a block. Okay, cool. Now we can just go ahead and put in some of these. Whoop, like that. There we go. Whoop. No. There we go. Spine bit going on. Now, where are we? Diagonal rods 2D. I kind of want to go... Oh, wait. We go 3D for these higher ones, like that. Right? We go in like that. And then here we can do the same, but just a little further up into the head. So it's like hunched shouldered. Come on. Like that. What do we have to lose? 2 there. And then that kind of goes into the neck there. Well, into the head, actually. That's kind of head territory there. Okay, cool. Let's do that. So now what we need to figure out is where we can put blocks in amongst this spine to hook it up. We can go like that, can't we? Yep. Put something in there. Yeah, that can go like that. That's all good. And then... Do you hear my voice? That's all good. We can go there. Into like that. This could be like a detail of some sort. Could go like that, maybe. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but it's just a little detail for the back of the head, the back of the skull. Like, just, yeah, something along those lines. Now, this bit kind of pushes out one, doesn't it? So we could do something with this. If I did that right and go 2D diagonal and see what it needs to come off. So 1, 2, 3 there needs to come off. And we do that. And then that's got to be the same. So that can go like that, right? And then this spine section comes out. So we go, we make it wider. And then we just put those in like so. And we go 2 again. In fact, I'm going to leave a gap of 2. So let's do that. And then it comes out again. So we go like that. This is like the base of the spine. So this could maybe even be a bit wider. You know? Could even be like that. Maybe I'll put that close because the vertebrae comes out. And we want to break it up a little bit. Let's do that and go like that. So that's like the spine. I think that's enough, but maybe one more at this width would be good, or one more at a wider width. Let's try that. Yeah, let's have that. In fact, this one could be a 3D diagonal rod and go into the rest of the body. Let's see. Can that go in there? No, that's got to go. That's got to go. There we go. So that kind of moves inwards. And then this one could move back. Oh, look at that. There we go. Yeah, that looks... Yeah, perfect. That looks really together now. Looks like those sections are joined and they're meant to be there for a reason. I'm thinking I might even go ahead and put those ones in. These ones in. Just to break that up a little bit. Yeah, that's what I want to do. And then that can be a block as well. And then we can move down on these bits like so. That's some nice spine right there. That is some nice spine. Kind of want these to overhang. So I kind of want to go over like that and let them overhang a bit. That's a little bit of an issue, that block. Let's go like that. Let's do that. Fine. If I put it there instead and go like that, have double spine. Yeah, that looks really slick actually. I'm going to keep that. So these can be blocks, and then this bit can come out again. If we go like that, and then we do that. And this bit will come out and over like so. Yeah, okay. And this bit will move like so. Cool. I am pretty friggin' pleased with how that looks. I need to do this bit as well. Whoop. There we go. Cool. That looks pretty sweet. The spine needs to continue up though, and it does sort of need to branch out a bit. Kind of want to do something a little bit different for this section. Make it look a little bit more armoured, maybe. Just not having it looking exactly the same all the way along is pretty important to me. Let's maybe push that out one. And then make that like that, yeah. Cool. Maybe even push that out one more. Maybe we could do this. Okay, yeah, we can have that. Cool. Very nice indeed. We can have a little detail there, can't we? Like so. And like so. Cool. That's the spine. That's the spine section. The spine is very far back. Like, that is a very far back spine. So we're going to probably need to cut in places and readjust this. But for now, I think we're good with that. Let's just put these bits on. Might have to reposition the shoulders now that we've done this with the spine. But that's on. Like, that is definitely a part of it. So, as fun as that was, we don't want to necessarily do all of that first. We do need to think about these legs. Okay. Let's get rid of some of these crapper bits. Like that. And that. Okay, so we're on the front section now. I do want this to look like some kind of appendage, not a penis, obviously. I mean, like an abdomen. It's a hard word to say, that one. Really tough word to say. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind. Like that. And I could mount a weapon on that of some sort. Actually, have it like that. Yeah, let's just have it like that. Okay, cool. And in these sections, I will kind of want them to branch out as well with rods. That's maybe too high. Or is it? Maybe I could have that. If I made that a block and then 1, 2, 3, and then put it on like so. No, it doesn't like that. It does like that though. Cool. Yeah, I like that. I like what's going on there. That's fine. That can stay. And let's use what we've got so far here. Let's kind of put a few blocks on here and there and see what's going to go on with that. This looks like a perfect spot for a gun mount. I'll be honest. That kind of looks like what that's turning into. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned, but this is going to be a 500% power build. That's what this is. I'm going to double that. There we go. Let's just do that. Yeah, okay. That's a thing. Yeah, okay. It's amazing how just a few like angled blocks really start to put the design together. Like, okay, we can go like that. Let's have that there, and then one of those. Maybe if I did that instead. Whoop. Come on, whoop. There we go. Okay, so this section's kind of. I need to push that back if it's going to work. Yeah, because I want a torso-like section as well. So let's just do like that. and then blocks there. Like so. Fine. Okay. Now that's a bit wide there. Because I do want the torso to be quite slim. Not too slim that everyone shoots it and cuts the thing in half, but I kind of want to have some kind of torso section going on here. Let's have a look. So we need to put in some blocks to mount on. So if I did something like this. Like that, right? Ah, right, so okay, so that has trouble there. So that might be my indication that I need to do something different here. Okay. I need the straight rods for this. Whoop. Get rid of that block. Was that the block that was the problem? Yes, it was. And then we're going to go short rod. In there, maybe there, and then here we want to go like that, and then do that. Cool. Is that excessive? It is a little bit, isn't it? Maybe if we did that and removed that one. Kind of want to put one more in. We put it in. Well, I thought it crashed for a second there. And if we put that in like that, is that excessive? Maybe it is a little bit excessive. Let's just get blocks on those so that they're connected, and then push this round like so. Now, what I'm risking doing it this way is that I'm risking like getting little sections done, but not all of it as a whole. Like, if I just do a little bit, then move around and do a little bit, then it can be a bit problematic. But also, at the same time, doing a part and working your way around and getting one bit super complete can also have problems. So you got to be a little bit careful with what you do here. You can't necessarily fall into these traps. You have to take a moment to look away from it and see what's going on. I know we haven't even done weapons yet, so that's kind of both going that way. You know what? And it's okay if it's two. That's all right. Let's put some blocks in here. Yeah, there we go. Whoop. Let's just put those in. How are we looking there? Yeah, I like what's going on there. You can kind of see a little bit too much into there, though. So I kind of feel like if I can put some blocks in there, that'd be a good idea. Just so that you can't quite see all the way into it. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm much happy with how that looks, actually. Sweet! Little bit blocky, isn't it? Let's do that. Kind of a chest plate section going on there. This is really coming out how I imagined it, actually. I'm pretty pleased with that. That with a few rods and just thinking about the positioning of them, you can really make it come together as a build. Let's just change this for that, and that to this. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Let's change that to that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I wonder how long I've been recording for. 30 minutes. Wow. It's really gone quick, that has. Okay, so cool. We've kind of got something going on there, haven't we? We've got a lot of blocks going on. The spine and the torso are coming together. We do need to think about weapons. So let me know what you want to see weapons-wise. Do you want to see shields? What kind of design? Bear in mind that the head is not going to be this square-like. That's all going to get changed. But with so many blocks, you can't do it all in a day. Well, you can if you play it all day, but you know what I mean. Like, 30 minutes is good for a build. I think for 30 minutes work, that's coming along nicely. Anyway, I've been Table. Thanks so much for watching. If you have enjoyed what you've seen here today, you can join us for matches on Discord. And you can also support me through Patreon. Those guys, those people that do support me, thank you so much. You just amazing. Like, the channel wouldn't go without your help. So, thank you. I slapped my thighs whilst I said that. The channel wouldn't go without help. Well, not only that, when I slap my thighs, it seems I turn into Admiral Akbar. Oh, it's a trap. Anyway, I digress. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Oh, God.